Alright, good morning everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to update you all on the potential winter storm for Saturday. So before we get started, if you want to see more of these videos in the upcoming months, as we do still have some winter, believe it or not, feel free to subscribe to the channel as we will have videos on every winter storm threat here in Pennsylvania and the Northeast as a whole. So first we're going to take a look at some trends in the past day and kind of see where things have gone in the past day as far as the models. And then we'll look at specific, maybe some timing, maybe some snowfall totals. This is really early. This is just models that we're looking at. We'll have our actual first call forecast out later this afternoon. So for now, we are going to kind of just summarize what's been going on here on the model. So we are actually looking at 6Z of yesterday. So one day ago, this was what the models are showing because I kind of want to show you guys where things have gone. We had a 1032 high in an ideal spot up in eastern Canada, and that worked to funnel cold air down the spine of the Appalachians. You had a mainly snow event for central and eastern PA, and then of course western PA was kind of a mess with southwest PA seeing rain just because they're west of the Appalachians. But here's where things have gone in the past 24 hours. Kind of unfortunately for snow lovers, especially in south central PA. That high the center of that high has really relocated to the Atlantic Ocean on pretty much all models. So now you don't have as much as a cold air source. And as a result, we could be looking at more of a sleet or freezing rain or even rain event. And I wouldn't be surprised. We could start as a little bit of snow in south central PA. But that is probably going to change over to sleet and maybe even freezing rain. That's if these models are correct as they stand now. And unfortunately, with, just where models are, they probably won't be correct, but this is where they've gone in the past 24 hours. And I'm not going to, spit something out and say that's something that doesn't make any sense and that doesn't agree with anything, because that wouldn't make any sense. But, as far as eastern PA, the Lehigh Valley and northern PA, you guys are still hanging on to a potential moderate snowfall. South central PA, southeast PA, probably more of a light snowfall event, and then we will be monitoring a threat for maybe some ice, especially in the Laurel Highlands, as they do tend to see a little bit more ice in these type of events. So now let's look at the GFS as far as timing. So as you can see, here is our storm. In the Central Plains, you can see Iowa and Minnesota getting in on that, I'd say, moderate snowfall by the time we get into 4 p.m. Friday. Now, heading into Saturday morning, you can see this by 4 a.m. Saturday morning. You see the storm beginning to approach our area here in PA, as most of you are probably watching from Pennsylvania. As we do see that low continue to make its way closer to our area, you have some light to moderate snowfall falling in Wisconsin and especially Michigan. Those areas can easily pick up a solid 6 to 10 inches in much of Michigan. I'd say if there's an area of the U.S. that's going to do best with this storm, it's probably Michigan. Much of central and northern Michigan is probably going to get 6 to 10 inches with this one. So this is by the time we are working our way into Saturday morning. This is 10 a.m. Saturday morning. We begin to see some snow, especially in northern PA. This is the GFS. The Euro is pretty similar, but we're going to say that for the snowfall totals and then potential snowfall totals. It's important to not take any model solution verbatim, especially 3.5 days out, but I'm just going to kind of give you an update. We'll have our forecast. It's kind of a mean of all the models and factoring in the trends, factoring in observations, but that'll come later this afternoon. But as far as timing, here we go. This is 1 p.m. Friday or Saturday now. So you can see we do have some light to moderate snow working its way into eastern Pennsylvania, and then some heavier snow out in the northern PA mountains, as well as the northwestern PA lake effect belts. Although, of course, this won't be really lake effect. But the thing is that, you do have a extended period of sleet in south central PA and even some freezing rain in the Laurel Highlands, which once again, of course, is going to cut down on snow totals. Let's kind of show you where things were on that 6Z run just yesterday. So this is going to kind of illustrate of how much things have changed, and even since 18Z. So this is only 12 hours ago, and it was looking like, oh yeah, it's going to be a pretty significant snowfall event. Now, of course, the 12Z run kind of contradicted this, so of course we're not going to take this potential fluke run too seriously. And now that this 0Z and 6Z have both followed up with it and worked that sleet line a little bit further north, of course, this seems to be the actual trend. So 18Z you often have these runs where it just kind of goes against the trend, and then the following runs just go back to where the trend was heading. So, that's especially why it's when you see maybe a model image on social media of, a storm 4 days out, it could easily be cherry picked of runs, and that, if a trend was going one direction and then all of a sudden it went back to another. But anyways, let's work our way into 0C Sunday. This is 7 p.m. actually Saturday. But we do have moderate snowfall in eastern PA, also making its way into eastern New York State, heading into southern New England, as that low is actually to our north. But this is thanks to, what's left of that cold air damming. Of course, we would probably see more of a snow event and a little bit further south in south central PA, if that high pressure was in a little bit better location. But, unfortunately, that's not looking to be the case. So I think all of us are going to switch over to a brief period of rain as this thing exits the area. But it's going to be really brief, especially in northern PA. You might see, 1 hour of light rain, and then, we're going to have that cold shot come right back in. So, here's temperatures as far as Monday morning. So this is what I mean. We haven't seen this cold air often yet this winter, but next week is looking pretty cold. As you can see, some areas of Pennsylvania near zero. So we haven't experienced too much cold air this winter here in PA, but we look to be heading into a colder pattern, as I explained in a video a few days ago, but that's for another video. Anyways, snowfall totals. This is on the Euro. We'll zoom in on PA because I'm sure most of you are watching from PA to kind of get a little closer. So this is showing, I'd say, 4 to 6 inches in the Lehigh Valley, less as you work your way south into Philadelphia, and then northeast PA, 6 inches, north central PA, 6 inches. So it's still a respectable snowfall event in a good amount of the state. Of course, southwest PA is not going to be seeing much just because, of where they are geographically. But the real big change is in south central PA. Just a day ago, Harrisburg was looking not too bad. York, Lancaster were looking, oh yeah, this might be a 3 to 5 inch event. And now suddenly that they're, kind of just being cut off and, might be an inch or two. But as I mentioned, we are still 3 days out. So it's important not to take, as much as it seems like, a trend might be going one direction and this is going to continue, it could easily flip and go the other direction. So, but that's just kind of how the models are, and we all pretty much know that, but yet it's important to, it's just difficult not to take a trend too seriously, especially when we are this close, and you almost wonder how it's going to possibly go the other way when you have a trend that's been going on for a day now, but that's just how things are. This is the GFS ensemble. Pretty similar to the Euro in that we do have, lower events closer to the Maryland line, maybe an inch or two, but that could be including some sleet, and then higher amounts as you work your way towards I-80. So we are, we're still looking at a 4 to 6 inch event near I-80 and really north of Allentown, north of State College, north of Butler. Classic areas, northern PA, always doing a little bit better, it seems, this winter than southern PA, in some cases a lot better. And then for most of the Northeast, it's looking like a general, I'd say 4 to 8 inch event. Of course, northern New England has the chance to do better if that coastal does, if it does transfer to the coast, which is probably looking to be the case. But they're actually going to see a little bit of snow today. So when you combine both, this is where things are. Let's look at 5 day. So this is where things are going to stand in about, let's go 5 days from now. So you can see northern New England probably picking up a good 6 to 10 inches. But we will probably see a little bit of lake effect in northwest PA following this event, as we will have that cold front come through after this storm, which is why, even if these areas briefly change over to rain, we'll quickly, go back below freezing, and then the lake effect snow machine will probably turn on for a little bit from northwest PA into central New York, of course, northern New York State. But once again, that's where things stand, everybody. I'm sure this may have not been, what you wanted to hear if you're a snow lover, but it just seems like that's been the case this winter, where things look pretty good. People like us, enthusiast meteorologists, start to get confident that, this might be a good winter storm. And then, in the following days, as we get closer to the event, it slowly trends the wrong direction if you want some snow, especially in southern PA. But that's just how things are. You know, this is really the transition storm, just to transition to our new pattern. It is a little bit concerning that it might be dry in the new pattern, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm sure we'll have some storm chances heading into February, especially because in the past few years, you know, February and March have been our months. You know, we haven't really seen too much in the way of snow in January and especially in December. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. That has been today's video. Be on the lookout for our first call forecast later this afternoon, probably at about 6 p.m. realistically. But everybody, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.